to get the kid involved in the game. 24-10, the final. You know, and Ryan Clark, my beloved former Steeler here, I know it is the beginning of the season, but something about watching that game felt like seeing the end of something.
It's the end of an era. It's an end of an era of dominance. It's an end of an era of actually having a Super Bowl window. Wow. And it's the end of an era of 2 decades of having the same quarterback. Mm-hmm. And this is a total organizational failure. I remember I took a lot of heat when the Pittsburgh Steelers traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick, which has worked out from the free safety position. But I said they needed that pick because they needed to figure out a way to have a succession plan for Ben Roethlisberger, and they didn't. And they still don't. The best teams are able to move right into the next quarterback. The best teams that can keep competing can do that. The Pittsburgh Steelers cannot. Not only don't they have a quarterback, but they also can't protect the quarterback. They also can't scheme for a quarterback. And when you have all of these things and you thought you were going to have an elite defense that can only be elite if it has their guys, then there's no hope. And so what you have to figure out is they've always been able to say, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. I don't know if that changes this year, but if it does, now you have to look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and say, are they better than the Cincinnati Bengals? Not the Ravens, not the Browns. The Bengals.
They weren't yesterday. Rex.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it this way. Look, their quarterback's done. We get it. He's going to get through this season, and hopefully, and this will be it. Okay, you don't have to worry about him next year. You got to replace him. All right, but their defense is not done by a long shot. T.J. Watt wasn't there. We saw why Pittsburgh made him the highest paid defensive player in the league. Well, he wasn't there. Okay, that makes a huge difference. That's why Joe Burrow could breathe, because usually when he plays Pittsburgh, he can't breathe. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's not all lost right now. Mike Tomlin's not going to have a losing record after this season. I truly believe it. Now, look, the plan. To me, they got Haskins for nothing. Wasn't he supposed to be one of these guys that if they would have kept the pick for Minkah Fitzpatrick, they probably would have drafted him anyway, and they got him for nothing. So to me, it's like, is he any good or not? I don't know. Rudolph, who knows?
Yeah, they don't seem to have a plan at quarterback, and that seems to be all that they have to bank on right now.
Yeah, I don't really care much about the Steelers right now other than when are they going to pick in next year's draft and which quarterback are they going to take. That's where I am with them. I'm not surprised by their performance. I thought RC said it best. It's an organizational failure. Not only the poor offensive display, they got out-physicaled. Mm-hmm. And I mean, coming from a guy, they got out-physicaled. They got beat up by Cincinnati. And that was the only way Cincinnati was going to win that game was could they win the line of scrimmage? And that was a team that had struggled to do that, specifically on the offensive side. They got after the Pittsburgh offensive line in Big Ben, and then their offensive line, Cincinnati's, dominated. I understand T.J. Watt wasn't there, but they dominated, and that's why Joe Burrow dominated as well. He's one of the young assassins in the NFL at the quarterback spot, but I just really, I'm more only considering when are they going to draft and what quarterback are they going to take?
I think what happens is you come into a season and you have concerns, you always hope that you find another problem. Right, the actual problem that we thought they would have, which was moving the football, it was running the football, and being able to protect the passer, is the thing that's wrong. Yeah. And so that means that you had all these questions in the offseason, and you found no solution. That's troubling for a team because you're like, we are getting beat where we thought we would, and that's an issue.
And it's remarkable because 2 weeks ago we're sitting here talking about they beat Buffalo in the opener and all
great defensive performance, special teams. It wasn't because of their offense.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's the offense was always going to be the situation this year. If their defense doesn't hold the team to 14 points or less, they're going to lose the football game.
Right. Maybe they still have the ability to give you that one way or the other. We're all over all the football. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.